Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Harran, here on the Lord Master channel. And, well, things have happened. Plenty of things, I believe, in the last episode. I mean, sometimes I may not have as great as memories I used to, but as far as memories is concerned, he got, well, he did journey to Baghdad some years ago, did a hot springs visit, won a duel contest in a grand tournament that was held by Chieftain Shuja. And then he got married to this Serbian young lady named Grana, who later died in childbirth. And by the way, it was in a grand wedding. Grand wedding, which is the most expensive wedding ever held. Then Grana made a beast with two backs, fell in love. My daughter Nahara was born, and then my lord passed into the underworld as soon as she was born. And then 1 month later, my mother, Draga Kuzmanovic, died. She was a great mother. Now I feel like, man, I wonder why this character has been stressed in a good portion of his life, and why he takes it's just, yeah. Man's gone through a lot in his life, and he's still going through, even at this ripe old age of 50, which he's athletic and strong, and he's been focusing on medicine, just following his father's footsteps. What? However, he is married again. Again, there's Nahara, who is newborn and is set to inherit these, which there's a possibility I may disinherit her if I don't get a son anytime soon. Because I still believe that I got a few good more years in me, so I can raise my son. Whereas she has a martial education, which would have been good if it was just her to begin to rule now. But however, she is impatient, trusting, but of course, always diligent. Diligence runs in the family. But she's a bit melancholic, which I'm sure she'll have it rid of, because she's got a lot going for her. Yeah. Gift of duty. That's like, in his young life, he was a military man, but now he's into other things, such as intrigue and then medicine. So I think if the rule were to begin for Farida, then strictly she should be all about militarily and expand. But of course she will not have this Emperor's claim for Ayrat, Armenia. We got a couple of things to do early on. First things first, there's a hyena sighting in this county, which will go hunted a little later. First, we're gonna go to Sheikh Henry Grand Tournament. Yeah, I was wondering, it's like, that's not an Egyptian name, but he's Copt, so he's actually old school, original Egyptian. Because Henry sounds like Henry. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not good with, names. But anyways, so we'll be heading to Al-Gabia, which is in the Nile Delta region, held in Minuf. They say I may not arrive to the grand tournament time. We shall see, because we'll be bringing, hold on here. Caravan. Master. Your aptitude is excellent. Oh, actually, you're way better than Kamal. Oh, I see. You're a Bedouin woman, right. The fact that you have desert travelers, which is the culture dish you have, and also caravaneers, which of course that means all of your characters have faster travel and speed safety. So we'll definitely be there in time. So good thing we have you all along. And plus you were a Silk Road merchant. Found you originally. That's going to be the purpose for the rest of your life. This is a board game tournament. A contest of wits in which contestants play a series of board game matches, and the ultimate winner being the last remaining player. So a chess tournament, basically. The activity will start on March 24th, but we need to hire mercenary guards, and that's still not enough. So we'll get there faster by being cautious. And we'll be there at the 15th. And plus, you're going into an area that is an active war zone. As you can see the fire there because there's currently a siege over in Dumyat. But this is the quickest route to get there. There's no shortcuts. This fort here is the only way to be in. And then once we're done with this chess tournament, I want to take some sightseeing. Go to Alexandria or Excanderia, and then we'll go see the pyramids at Al-Gizya. And then we'll be heading back, and then take a detour towards Al-Batra, where Petra is located. And then after that, we're heading to Al-Quds at the Dome of the Rock. And then we'll go to Al-Azraq, where it's the home of Qazi Amra. What is that to be exact? This lavish remnant of Yakov is a testament to their indulgent practice, complete with baths, erotic tapestries, and theatrical stages. It stands in a relatively isolated area in the desert, where a ruler may stay and get away from the troubles of managing their domain. So, we'll go with that. And then we'll be heading to the Great Mosque of Damascus. And then take another detour. Well, actually, hang on. And we'll take another detour and head to Anja, which this magnificent planned city commissioned by the early caliphs, but abandoned a little later. Its articulate grid plan of meticulously decorated ceremonial streets betray the Roman influence that inspired the project. And then we'll go through this little pass over in Baalbek, where it's home of Hierapolis. With a millennia-long story, the Valley of Baalbek was once home to the most important and beautiful temple complexes in the whole empire, dedicated to the sun god Helios. Many raids and sieges have damaged the thriving cities, and its massive ruins still attract travelers from every corner of the world. Plus, it's one of the holy sites of the Harranian faith, so there's good reason for this. And after that, we go to Hims, which is in fact the capital of the Arabian Empire. It's also the home of the Citadel of Homs. So this impressive citadel has been a constant in the ancient city of Homs, being constructed the 3rd millennium before Christ. Once serving as a base of operations for the mighty Roman Empire, this fort still serves its purpose as the bastion of the city. I wonder why he chose this as a capital. And then we'll go to one more landmark in Halab at the citadel of Aleppo. So we know Aleppo, the great city. The citadel of Aleppo is an ancient fortification, having been used by numerous powers since it was constructed. This citadel acts as a royal residence, fortified retreat, temple, and prison. It says your antiquarian improves greatly in aptitude. We should bring an antiquarian. Although we're not going to go all the way down there, no. We'll be too far off. So basically, after we leave this tournament, then we go do some sightseeing. Actually, wait. After Alkizia, then you head to Alkaz. Then you go down. Okay. Okay. Now you got it all figured out. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So again, we'll be there at the 15th of March for the board game tournament, the chess tournament. And once we're done with that, then we go on tour. It's gonna be me, the Caravan Master, and 16 others, including my venerable sister Kamala, the acclaimed knight, is probably there, the old Dane, who is infirm of melancholic, my daughter, Farida. Maybe she'll learn something on the way. My new daughter, Nahara. My new wife, the Armenian. And so much more, including the court physician and tutor. Which at least she's been good to me ever since, you know, we kind of didn't get along at first, but eventually she grew to like me. So, ready? Let's go. We hired a Tokhari mercenary, which they use Sogdian names. The Tokharis are an Iranianized Bactrian culture of Balkh. They speak the Bactri language. They're another one of the peoples of the Silk Road, which they have religion blending, they're xenophilic, and they're dryland dwellers. So they live in the area of what was Bactria. Mention Antiquarian improves aptitude. Why, that's you, but you're about to be gone and your aptitude's terrible. So Kamala, you're still good for something, so we'll replace you with this. And I'll get some of that prestige back. And speaking of artifacts, how much is it to repair my sword? 38 gold? Yeah, sure. I'll have it fixed. I don't have any armor, nor regalia, nor crown. If I had a lot of money, perhaps you should rectify that. So, let's go. When my caravan leader Hanifa approaches me with a mixture of shame and worry written all over her face, I know she bears bad news. I'm sorry to report that we're running behind schedule by days, man. We might not make it to destination in time. Well, let's hurry. Hope to pick up speed along the way. So, also, mind you guys, we're not in a duel tournament. This is a board game tournament. So I don't know why y'all following me for this, if nobody's going to be fighting. But I need you to be with me because you're my bodyguards. Remember, we must be there before March 24th, I believe. Frida, we're coming of age, my bitter wish is that as an active and enthusiastic child, it is no surprise that Frida has done well in her studies of war and combat. She has shown great aptitude in both battle tactics and the management of arms. It is a shame she'll never command armies. She's a skilled tactician, but she's the heir. Keep that well in mind. But she has absolutely no intrigue. And her melancholic doesn't help. But perhaps the things out there in life may help it. I've noticed that Thorson avoids me more than usual. He always sits at the opposite end of the table whenever we're invited to a feast. He constantly refuses my company while we're camping. We not have the best of relationships. But that attitude is starting to tire me. Switching it over here, I'm defending me. Sounds like a guy like Vayne, I'd be way better than him. Brother-in-law, you're not going to be long for this world. I could just beat you up and get you out of here, and you leave the court, and then you're going to die a miserable man. And look at you. You're not as fearful as you once were when we first met you. Or just tell me to get out of my sight. You don't mind, do you? Target says, you wanna know how it is? I'll show you. Gotta beat him up 100%. Leaves down dungeon, leaves the court. Don't want to see you ever again. As I said, you're just gonna die a miserable, infirm man. Yeah, we had a falling out. Although I am a compassionate one, but this is one of the fewest times that... Oh, come on, I'm such a contradictory person. The procession was ground to a halt a stone's throw away from Escalon. Well, over to see my Rab Harwan, this Suleiman, it's Marshal. Dismounted and tently staring at something on the ground. Your entourage members gathered around. The same man looks up as I approach. My lord, there's an ant path here. I may be a tad superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path. Pauses. My great-grandfather did, and he never returned home. Delay for 5 days. Or delayed for 5 days. Stewardship and prowess. This is nonsense. I'll take over as guide. You got lost. Oh no. As we checked through Escalon, our caravan stopped at a clear border by tall grass. I proceeded toward the commercial only to find Talia and Babeus having an irate look. You were sent here to do me in. Do not lie to me, you worthless agent, I set the bitch. Oh, Talia screamed to stay out of breath. Calm down, Talia. It's just me. How do you think such a thing? Babeus applies to attempt to calm the man. I like those two. Don't want to leave them here. Come now. Surely you two can make amends. Keep the stewardship up. Sure, we have a bit of a delay, but I don't know if we're going to make it. Journey through Arish. Manjo's wife's pregnant. Journey through Arish. I passed by a particular looking tent split over with more peculiar occupant inside. Come in, almighty Almira. I can tell you have many miles to travel, many miles to go. I can offer you the reading of your future travels for a modest price. A strange man has piqued the interest of my entourage. But am I willing to pay for a reading? Come experience the future with me. Even though you're a bit of a lunatic, and I actually do not bring lunatics to the... You got bodyguards. You're going to be alright. Come experience the future with me. See what happens when you bring a lunatic in court. While traveling on the road of Elrush, we discovered, to our horror, that the number of food supplies had gone bad. It appears early in our trip, the food got mixed with a lot of water by accident. Now rather moldy. There aren't any sunwoods nearby, so we need to forage and hunt for food to hold us over. Now this will waste time. On the other hand, perhaps we could tough it out. Ration out what food we still have and hurry to the nearest settlements. No delays. We'll put up with smaller rations for now. An opposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Sami of Al-Farama. I've bested dozens of men in combat, and honestly, all those fights are dull. So here I am on this road, looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If you could best me in combat, I'll become a valuable and loyal servant. And so on this day, I demand to meet you in a fair fight. Oh my goodness! Come in. I'll beat you up and come in. You're gonna be my new steward. You are way better. You can definitely help with the extra taxes, increase development, perhaps promote a minority, the cultural acceptance. Yeah, you will do a great help. We're entering to an active war zone, which there's a siege going on, which is total danger. Not anymore. This area's been liberated. You might be the Amira, but you're also a false sycophant. The unprovoked anger expressed by my courtier on the arena comes complete surprise. He's under a lot of stress. What do you like this? And she even struggles. It's calming. I've arrived at the site of the tournament here in Al-Garbia. Though not all the rebels have arrived yet, throngs of people wander through the colorful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. Despite the fact there's an ongoing siege in the area. But I can't wait for it to start. I got the wit for it, so that's why I will compete in this board game. So let me go to the tourney grounds first, as always. My product and stand assembled for today's training. Their attendants later with kits. Shadost and myself stand before. Yes, what you do not know, ask humbly to be taught. Urges Shadost. Together we represent the Amira. Let us together prepare for our glories. His eyes turned to me, gleaming. Command us. Watch our opponents. Learn their weaknesses. It's because I had the try with them. They will increase the score moderately, and so am I. And the Swallow of the Wolf accolade will gain its glory. So, this victory in this council likely gained a famed artifact due to decent prizes. So, this is going to be qualifier, quarterfinals, semifinal, final. This is a board game tournament. And it appears the man who held this tournament is the favorite. We shall see. But now they say I'm the favorite. And plus, it's one of the fewest contests where both men and women are allowed to compete. Unless you live in a culture, play as a culture where it has the martial instead of men only, but equal. That's how women are allowed to compete in duels, jousting, and a few other things and such. Now, anyways. The contests take their place at the gaming tables, ploughing their cushions and requesting refreshments. As the herald announces the contest's commencement, the games themselves are arrayed out on trusted tables. The piece was polished to a mere sheen. The board game caller has come to an end. It is clear it will be put forward to the cornfiles and stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd cheers leave no questions to the favorites. For my first bout, I have paired against my fellow contestant, Amira Katera of Al-Umari. Talia, Babes, and Ivana are my Eshwara who are competing in this board game. So, what has happened here is Henry was paired against Ivana, Iramada and Abada is paired against Talia, and Babes is paired against Tadros. Well, I'd like to make a bet. Bury the bookie by the tower and stream line. Dive ponder the stream rods. He shouts over the heads of milling punters. Tadros is the board game favorite. 4-1 on Tadros. I'll bet on myself. I vowed to myself that I would win a contest this time. I can't help but consider it a less fair approach to securing the prize of the board game competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same if they only had an idea. Who knows, maybe they already have. This is no way to win. The table flips an almighty thwack, sending the chess pieces flying. And Catera's mood suddenly turned suddenly several moves ago. As you realize, simple mistake had all but the game decided game my favor. Yes, yes, you win. Amira Sinan. She went. Happy? You're compassionate too. I get you had a rash. Probably you weren't thinking rationally. Come, let's go back a few moves. Pick up the pieces. The soft click of the moving pieces disturbs the calm. We're deep into the endgame now. The game hangs at a bounce upon what has already happened, such as when my opponent overturned the table entirely with an almighty crash. I'm winning by some margin, provided I could press this advantage hard. Victory is surely on the horizon. One second. You seem awfully sure of yourself, so this is combined learning and diplomacy. 67% chance that the score increases moderately, 12% nothing happens, 19% that the score decreases moderately. Oh, I lost that one. My opponent ignores the trap I laid, but I likewise noticed evade one laid for me. A few tense moves proved fruitless for the both of us. The game is something of a stalemate as we move towards it. Moments later, I realized that the danger of my position. Terrace was baiting me from the start. She baited me to trap at half the game. Biding her time while running my hands so escaped. The judges called her in. I have lost. Confounded. Well, in this case, I'll just, okay. About 200 invited has been decided. After an unsatisfying one-sided round, no one was surprised when Henry swooped in with Van and made one of the classic blunders. Made it through the semi-final. Not my favorite as far as to be said. Yeah, I lost that tournament because I just decided to be nice. And then, well, it got me. Board game quarterfinals are over. There was Sheikh Henry of Algarbia, America Terra Alumari, Talia, and Tadros. Well, let's reach semifinals. Interesting round. Mario faced Katara, and Talia will face Tadros. The Babatary Tadros that Talia was decided. It was closely fought, but in the end, Tadros forced Talia on a position of forfeit. Tadros is through the final. Not my favorite, as we see. Katara and Henry's been decided. Close to vote, but Katara forced Henry's position to forfeit. Oh my goodness. You know, she hadn't considered forfeit, but since I'm the one who says, no, let's keep playing. And I made about it. If she wins this thing, well, congratulations. My generosity made you win. But we shall see. And Tadros here, Aljanab, who is disfigured Lord Theologian. He has his wit. He uses his wit to overcome. But also she's just as witty. If she wins this thing, oh man, would that be crazy? And it appears so. The battle between Katera and Tadros been decided. It was close about the end. Katera decided the game with a set of well-played moves. She won the board game. Wow. Huh. She considered forfeit, and I said, no, keep playing. And one would think I motivated her to be better. And look where she is. She won the thing. Let's see, where's that at exactly? Eastern Desert. That's in Egypt. Well, that's crazy. Even with the rational I feel like a dummy. Trumpets sound, a cloud of clouds. The competitors are getting assembled. A contest is over. Someone's moments and being ready. Harold steps forward, voice mounts it. After many trials, some tribulations, all else, but some truly spirited competition. Amira Epithet chose in the final. But Terra is our winner. I must put more effort next time. I think to myself, watching the next time be racing. There's always next time. Lost my wager. And we're all tabletop players. Here. I just want to have a little bit of recreation. Knaves and fools. Ha! Knave! As I hear someone says out with the door. The man grins, pleased, while he takes a gold light on the table. Bah! His opponent complains, slapping the wood as he gets up. Strangers lock eyes with me, bowing slightly. Would Amira wish to engage in a game of cards? I lay mine down, and you bet yours for shall higher or lower. Winner takes all. Simple as it sounds. 5, he says, putting down his card. I believe that my card is higher. And I win! Huh! Made some money back after I'd lost the wager. So, Amira won his prize brooch. A fancy brooch of fine, very fine craftsmanship. It consists of brass fastener ordained with small pieces of jet. That's what she won. You know, if I had free time on my hands, oh, and also we're on the early medieval era now. If I had time, I would love to befriend you. Just say, hey, good game. Let's be friends. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two about a thing or two. Now, it's time to go on a tour. To go to all the landmarks. While I'm getting away from this conflict. A warm breeze caresses my neck as I wander around the orchards of Excandaria. This tree stretched gently towards the sky, colored by a mixture of new shoots and fruits taking shape. Suddenly a high-pitched shriek pierces the ear. I quicken my step only to find a peasant child below the tree, in shambles and sobbing violently. It would seem he's made an attempt at climbing at the tree, before slipping and falling to the ground. One of the bone pipes were protruding with a strange angle. An intelligent child. There. I mean, I'm a compassionate one. Just want to make you feel better. And just disappeared. Okay. Visited the pyramids. A road takes us to treacherous parts of Nasha. While I scanned for any dangers, a rusty bush grabs my attention. Could it be a wild animal? As I race myself right back, it's Farita. Jumps out of the brush. Instead, my daughter and friend. You scared me, Farida. Anyways, let me see what you have here. Some kind of fruit dikes. Yes, it looks and smells so delicious. I wonder if it tastes like. Maybe I could just take a little bite. Oh no, because you have reduced trial rations. I'll just say, hold on. What if it's poisonous? It's a harmless plant. Good. We stopped by a town and found out for a quick rest. A town is known locally for its amenities being the center of leisure. Several of the guards on my entourage distracted by pretty local mystery girls need to go soon, but perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to rest some more. Any form of stress will also be good, so yeah, I wouldn't mind having some fun with locals. Tiny bit of stress gain, it'll be worth. Oh, not again! Let's take our time to forge a hunt. So I guess we're staying here a little bit longer. With the entertainment that we got here. We're stacking up delays. Now we're moving again. Camel again. The sun is high over a camel in Gaza. Gaza? Is it really Gaza? Yes. As I seek shade, but beneath the protective highs strung over certain areas of the farm. The sun and ground stars right now. Turn around. Next to me, one of the magnificent beasts had the same idea and closes up the sheet. I lean over to pat its elongated head, when the animal, in one swift motion, slams me across the forehead and spits on my cheek. When I regain my bearings, I see its owner standing only about 12 paces away, mortified. You and your beast need to learn some manners. There's a dome of rock. Learn your skill up. No. Actually, yeah. I need the Courtiers to have better treatment outcomes, and then I'll eventually start going down this way. Keep slamming my phone because it annoys me to text while I'm recording. Visited the Petra. Oh, you Armenian vassal. Studied the Aramaic language for many months. I personally penned this missive using the Aramaic script, a letter of friendship from the speaker of Harran, which for our diplomatic dealings benefit us both greatly. Impressive. Send my regards. Stewardship gain. As we're on our way to Harran, we appear to have stumbled on a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture clamor around exotic food stalls. The air thick with fragrances I never had imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall stacked with a dish I could only dream of. I'm holding my haze by a haunting grasp of Ivana. Do not waste your palate in this slop, my lord. Sambosas are for peasants who have much fun with them. I'm Neomera, and I want my sambusa. The food was amazing. Good meal for once. As we trekked through Daria, our caravan stopped at a clearing bordered by tall grass. I proceeded toward the coast to find Kamala and Babeas having our river. I swear to you, we are going the wrong way. I will not go a single step further till we resolve this, she shouts. You stubborn old goat! Can't you see the entire entourage exhausted by you and your sensitive soul? Two can make amends now. I'm tired of your arguments. And I am tired of... Hang on. Life or death, stranded. Traversed through the desert mountains on the outskirts of Bika. We were suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders, out for blood. We were so close to the holding, surely Wali Ghazi will send help. As time drags on and we are being chased by the scoundrels for the longest avoiding battle, it becomes painfully clear that no help is coming. How could a ruler would let malicious riders like these inhabit his borders? I saw the same riders up next to giving a solemn look in his eyes. We both know the tactic and we practiced it in the past. Oh my goodness. I don't want to leave a man behind and then get this man killed. Oh, wait a minute. That's the guy I met earlier. Or we can survive and become an organizer. If I become disfigured, well then it's not going to look good on my book. But there's a good chance I may die. And then we'll be forming a close little rivalry. Even if I die, I'm gonna hate it. In case something happens to me, I'm disinheriting. This is frowned upon. And people are not gonna like me for being a disinheritor. I'm sorry, no choice but to compromise. And plus, we may have a son. Otherwise, this inheritance would be from nothing. So, we stand as one. I don't want to leave that man because that goes very much against who Sinan is. He's compassionate. Sure, he did some uncompassionate things, but this is going to be one time where he's like, we stand as one. I knew it. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Amira Sinan of Al-Harani Aruta abandoned his mortal code at 51 years of age. He was slain in battle, a paragon of valor and gallantry. He always be remembered for his cordial and just nature in the face of all odds. Amir Farida ascends to the throne, energetic and collected. Farida will surely improve the realm under her rule. He was slain in battle with the bandits in the mountains. He was distinguished, devoted servant. He was gallant, only fought in one war, and had plenty of activities. He attended 2 tournaments. Now, this is Farida. She sends his own energetic collect. She was, yeah, I've read that part already. So this is her, though she doesn't always feel like herself because she's melancholic. I'm sure more so now because she just watched her father die. Not only her father, but her friend. And we just ended the trial prematurely, and we're here. Okay, we're home. So, Farida, she owns everything now. She is the regent. Well, is it now? Is this regency entrenched? Can I just say it's okay? Hey, I'm here. You can dismiss it now. You can go away. Now, let's get this started. So, our first female ruler of this series, although we were expecting another child, but half-sister. This is my Aunt Kamala. If I somehow die, then the lineage goes to her, and this will lead to this line. But again, they're all serious, still. And this is my cousin, who is contrite, despite being Lucis Shadow. At least he can protect himself from plots, but these are cousins, so... So that means now I inherit all these things. There's still hyenas here, right? I'll be sure to go hunting as a way of her trying to prove to herself. Her prowess skill is poor, but her average... I was about to say it backwards. Her martial is average. And knowing what life is like for a woman of the Dark Ages, which is pretty hard. And I won't forget my Serbian grandmother, Draga. But she lived long because she was a great woman who's done it all and such. But she did pick up 2 perks. That was due to the travel. But remember, she can't compete in certain contests of the tournament, except for a select few, such as recital, board game, and horse racing. Those are the only ones that a woman is allowed to compete in. So, gonna be one with chivalry this time. Stalwart leader, just increase the prowess. And we'll begin to get to work on all of these. And as for learning, as I am a young woman, I would think it would be better for anatomical studies instead of going for these 2. Get to work on these a little later. And I know many on the council do not like me because passed over for regent is one thing. Since would I have this ability? But anyways, this is the early medieval era now. But the innovation we're still focusing on getting this exposure. In 9 years' time, we'll have larger men-at-arms regiments again. Got the books now. The Armenian king isn't too fond of me. Yipe. She starts off with this much stress because she just lost her father and friend. I'm melancholic, which I'm sure she'll find things in life that'll make her feel better. Plus she's got 0 intrigue, so she's totally vulnerable. She's too trusting. And also, she's going to get herself a lot into danger regarding travel. She needs to be well protected. So start off with the Himalayan, so that way at least you'll have a tiny bit of intrigue gain. And then recruit these warriors here, just to bolster our forces a little during such times. It's a matrilineal marriage. I need to find someone with very high intrigue and likes me. Because having low intrigue is also lowered attraction opinion. High intrigue with inheritable trait, at the least. Or at least an alliance. Okay, how about an all-rounder with intrigue high still? My lowest skill is not only intrigue, but also diplomacy. I'll have that man here. And plus, he's a bit of a traveler. And also, he's just as trusting. So, that means he'll like me, yeah. I'll take the prestige hit for this. No grand wedding, please. And plus, I have no inheritable traits. This is a first. So here's what we're going to do here. How to win the trust of first towards your Gashosta. This is 29, but presenting of this is 25. So, present the tiras to him. I'll be willing to spend this much. And then I'll start winning over all the others by swaying everybody. So present it to him. Though my authority as the Mirta, I've decided to grant Talia a tiras textile in the ceremony. This magnificent tiara is of high quality, beyond a token tiras granted on regular official occasions. I am sure that Talia is flattered to formally receive my favor in such a manner. Though granted the tiras is no longer prerogative of the calves or the mightiest rulers, it is still something typically done by a powerful Mirta, such as myself. So receiving a higher quality tiras like this is still a great honor. Hope he appreciates this. I gotta win over the councils. Like first him, and then him, and him, then him. And this shaman here, it's like, yeah, she may be homosexual. Like, she would be attracted to me, but not quite. I need to change that. I mean, after all, I just picked chivalry focus, so this would increase the attraction opinion of everybody. Right about now. May Allah bless our union. Okay. This is what it looks like. But knowing that there might be a good chance that people are going to get me, just help me with a court intrigue. Diplomacy is average. Personality traits, it's just similar. It's just she's impatient and diligent, but trusting is the only thing that's different about her. So enemy hostile scheme success chance. But if you want to be resistant towards that, you gotta have high diplomacy to discover it. And to win the trust of your spy master. Now, little sister, I know you've been disinherited, but there is still some use for you to be betrothed for an alliance nearby, wherever it may be. Hey, wait a minute, what about the Kuramites? They haven't been going anywhere lately. Oh my goodness. Okay, not the Kuramites then. Hello, neighbor. Will not accept. Say, man, it's almost there. Romance is going to take too much time. It's too little. God dog it. Okay. Oh, you desire Upper Kabul because it's part of your territory. Don't want to be fighting wars over it now, do we? Can't believe we're going to be spending this much money again. But it does gain a tiny bit of renown. Saw that would be back after disinheriting. which was the last act that my father did. So perhaps this will change your opinion, change your mind. Now, my old half-sister to your son, yeah, will accept. Can be inherited. We'll have this alliance between us. And you don't go attacking to think about taking this territory. And in the meantime, reconvert it. 27 years? What gives? Strong believers, cultural tradition. Okay, never mind then. Oh, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. Had my father lived, he would have had another daughter. Tabat. Potentially intelligent, potentially strong. Yeah, this is Assyrian territory. There's strong believers here, so no way you're converting them. If only I could get up to his good graces. But do not worry, you have an excellent steward. The domain taxes are way up, and there's potential extra taxes that'll be coming. Group of Syriac Orthodox have moved from there to the Sa. As I inspect the stables, my gaze is drawn to a stallion kept away from all the others. The rose-headed stomps his hoofs, displaying his powerful hindquarters and a well-arched neck. This creature has the best conformations and the worst of tempers. I've never seen such a warhorse before, but the stable master insists that he is impossible to train. I am not one to back away from the challenge. No siree. Future reference. The horse pins his ears back as I approach. His disregard for me clearly. This first meeting is important to earn his trust and respect. I need to decide how to go about it. Since she's an impatient, trusting, and diligent woman. So I'll say if I'm gentle and move slowly, he will trust me. Because I'm trusting, you know. Probably won't work. It is a mighty feeling. The powerful horse follows my every whim. Now I've earned his trust, seems almost fond of me. I will keep him as my personal warhorse. Now our boys will fight better. Admiring the stallion that follows my every command, I muse upon what to call him. Since we're Harranians, I think mythology is full of awe-inspiring horse names, maybe. The mythological world is rich in grandeur and names for horses. I'll say Balius, one of Achilles' own. I have no friends and no enemies. so you'll be alright. Taking you off as bodyguard for now. But don't get rid of visitors all the time. It's a cost-cutting measure. No way I could trust you. Plus, don't worry about prestige. These are just cost-cutting measures. The only man I can trust right now is Talia, the eunuch. Now Harran dynasty is known far and wide. We are noteworthy. That means, yes, thank you. That means we can revitalize the Neoplatonic Academy. The only thing that's required is you need to be of kingdom level. But due to this, we've lost the opportunity to get Armenia anytime soon. So that means we'll have to do things the hard way, and that is to expand within the realm. And in this character's young life, she'll definitely be a warrior. As long as things go her way and play her cards right, then perhaps that she'll overcome any adversity. One can hope, right? And actually, there's another thing of why the low income. Martha hasn't endorsed me. Now I'm getting no taxes from her. So all you need to do now is just be patient. Even though I am an impatient person. But you need to learn to be patient. And borrowing gold is frowned upon. Or perhaps you should go raiding. Oh, this area is Armenia now. Armenia has expanded its reach more and more. So I don't know what the Caliph's been doing to deserve this. So Jazeera has to be the only option that we gotta do. Break out of it and see to. But that kingdom town may be formed. Byzantium's not at war right now. It can go up there for starters, unless it's been raided in the past. No, it hasn't. Well, it's open season. It's highly likely we're not going to do this hyena hunt. Where are you going? A hunt. If I were to hold that hunt for myself right now, it's still gonna be expensive. So there'll be no hunt, unfortunately. We're not making as much money. This is why I'm gonna try to sway the shaman to be more supportive of me. Hasbro stretches out his stable, dragging his legs and hanging his head. There can be no doubt. The stallion is sick. The stable master assures you there is a cure to be found for what ails him. It comes at a hefty price. No price is too steep from what below follows. We'll get the money back by doing these raids. And if we capture any prisoners, good. They captured the startup at the marshal. Is he important to you? No. But he looks important to me with those kind of skills. Even though he's a stupid man. But the one thing he's not stupid at is that he's a great general. Huh. Kuramite minority actually moved in there. Did raid all the holdings, but they were just stopped short of Baku. But they didn't raid up there, so there's a next opportunity. Capture the man and his wife. Good. That's a lot of money to be provided here. This place got 2 baronies. Oh yeah, we're definitely going up there. This one's got more value. Cart value. Stop! Sheikh Jamil's Grand Tournament in Wakisa. Recital. Ooh, there's something a woman can compete in. May not arrive in time, you say. 2 days short. And a lot of danger. And carry the mercenary guards. And I'll see too if I can be cautious. Just to travel a little bit faster. Which would be there way early. And it'll cost near all the money, but it'll all be made back after the raid. So we'll go to the fastest route. And then once we're done with this tournament, then we'll go to sightseeing. So I could start picking up some lifestyle experience. We'll go to Baghdad in a pilgrimage. Yeah. That should be the exact plan. You may not like me very much, but hopefully I can win the respect out of everybody. Farrukhzad, the Persian. The be coming with me. Let's hurry. I've rarely seen my Gasosna, Talia, said this before. As I sit devouring a richly ordained book, sometimes I manage to take a peek at the maps of this territory. One morning, finally approached me about his friends. My liege, there are rumors that the land of Dara is home to extraordinary view. It is said that Blema, headless people with their face on their chest wander these cities. Please, Talia, tell me more about them. Ignore it. No. Every time we get to a new settlement, I take a moment to look around, trying to find grotesque creatures I've seen in Talia's maps. The chaos is simply too big. When we arrive at Bashaza, he comes to me, grasping his book tightly. Already you follow any indications, but these creatures know where to be found. It occurred to me that it may be perhaps no more than an invention. Oh, okay. So on the way. One thing I noticed as you pass through Tigrid is that every Assyrian is practically laughing at the latest attempts at large-scale argument. What can I personally learn? She's been getting more and more learning skills. Starting to follow the path of the grandfather, one would think. But it may help her during the recital, but I believe that's, diplomacy intensive. So, let him eat it. That's the Persian, the mercenary captain that we hired. But he just gained an unknown plant, please. I am Hafiz of Baghdad. I've bested dozens of women in combat. Well, because my character's female, so that's why he says women, not men. So here I'm looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If you can best me in combat, I'll become a valuable and loyal servant. That's I want to stay. I demand to meet one of you in a fair fight. You might be less mad after I win. He wins the fight. Traveling through the sometimes harsh environments has invigorating feelings on my state of mind and vigor. As a glance over Talia does not appear to be doing quite as good. His movement is labored, his breathing is heavy and spontaneous bursts of calming ripple through his body. Clearly he is not well. I've been pondering about this as of late. So I'll say, I think I know a cure, and he is cured. Assad. You sure about that? Caravan Master Haniva, take care of it. Ravine! He shouts in a panic. Thereafter I hear a loud cracking sound like a wood breaking, while my page is finally snapping. I step out of the gravel, see the splinter remains of the wagon wheel. My wagon wheel. I'm sorry, my acquaintance. It was my turn to look at and I fell asleep with the reins. Shovel the supplies around. I'll ride rough from now on. Come on, we're almost to the tournament. I'm stopping by the town in Al Kufa on my travels. The locals shower me with great esteem. The people here did not expect someone like myself to visit their humble settlement. Some of the local leaders are suggested to spend a few days there. These leaders wish to show me around the area. Leave a good impression on me about their town and its surroundings as well as the people who dwell there. Alas, I have places to go. 1 second. raid. It started. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws, and a desperate cry of a man is about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific it must come from the depths of the underworld. I attempted to track the source of the desperate horror. We struggled with a wild lion. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, but his grip is beginning to falter. This man deserves my help. I beat the lion, and he joins my entourage. I guess I am brave. Almost there. 14 days till it begins. Again, I'm allowed to compete in a poetry contest, which each contest publicly recites a poem for the occasion's judged for against all other entrants. This may be a faint artifact in the prize. I would like to win it. But I will likely not qualify. Go, ankle biter! Go faster! The man's voice echoed across the grounds. I look up to see a small thing hurrying in the sky like a black bolt of lightning. Soon it swoops down towards the finishing line. Ah, you must have cheated. Your bird cannot fly that fast. Just look at her. She's wobbly like a duck. An angry Lulu shouts, and with the winner looking smug. Must take a lot of preparation to do this. And I'm guaranteed to qualify. The entrance mill about the main tent, warming up vocal cords and memorize stanzas as the crowd fills the amphitheater. My ears prick up as my name's mentioned. I drifted across the gentle breeze. That could be a good sign or a bad one. Time to show the world my skill. Not placing any bets. 1 second. Remember, November 9th. Wild cheers are up to the gathered crowd as Ismat finishes their recital of flourish and about. The only person who isn't whistling and clapping is, as it happens, myself. How could he have known? Was it planned? Or perhaps somebody's a machination of evil demon? There's so many coincidences that Ismat's was ended up almost identical as my own. If some spectators fall silent, expectedly it's my turn. Time to improvise. The attempt was a disaster, so I'm definitely going to lose. Word to the wise. Night begins to fall on the scene, with the torches light the competition as it continues. I talk to myself under my breath, readying my lips for the next round as I reminisce about the happening so far. Like when another competitor had a verse suspiciously similar to mine, right before I took the stage. If I step forward to take my turn, ascend his steps to the dice. It's time for the final verse. Appeal to a higher power. Did nothing. Finished. Now, no chance of winning at this. I finished my verse and raised fist to sonorous applause. The crowd, however, only must display applause, disperse a few coughs. My shoulders slump as I leave the dice. My hopes are winning. I'm winning. Victory is so close. The first competitors left to go, and even less time. It all comes down to this. You're being delusional. Oh, actually, I did have the score increase greatly, but this league says I have no chance of winning. On the 9th of November is 3 days away. The trumpets sound, a crowd clamors, competitors begin to assemble the contest, so someone's moment the sun is being ready. Harold starts forward, voice murmurs. After many trials, some tribulations, above else, some truly spirited competition, there are a final 3. Third place, the gutsy Wallager. There goes second, Charat. He's a victor. Yeah. Ha, I didn't even place 3. But, hey, at least every little bit helps. Get up there. I was unable to win a contest. I look forward to the next one. He wins a ring. What a great occasion. Now to begin my travel back home. Finally full control. Journeying through Kafan, I passed by a particular Logitech split over its multi-ticket occupant inside. Oh, come in, almighty Omita. I can tell you many miles to go. I can offer reading your future travels for a modest price. Strange man's piqued my interest, montage, but am I willing to pay for a reading? Possessed, oh, that's even worse. But yet, he's got brilliant learning. Come experience the future with me. As we managed to get through a dangerous path like Alpha, we decided to rest for the night. As I walk around the cabin, suddenly a strange feeling is about it. I asked around, everyone agreed on one thing. They don't remember saying Taberna all day. My little sister. That is worrisome. She's still just a child. What if she got lost somewhere in the desert along the way? She's probably lonely and, more importantly, starving. I find it myself. Found her and brought her back. Sluggish recruiting. Rather have you fill coffers. To the capital. There's a lot in there. So, Assyrian caravanners. As we wander along the outskirts of Shinga, I see a trail of caravan camels in the distance, assuming we meet with a stranger. Good evening to you, VIET. Come in, come in. I promise you what I have in my stall, like Jazeera itself, or more than they seem. Says showcase countless shiny trinkets before my eyes. Eek. Well, since I'm into a bit of intrigue these days, I'll say maybe I'll try to steal it. This won't end well. I was caught red-handed and got wounded for that. Show the surprise around. And you aggravated the wound. Not again. Yes, there are trials at Taberna were rather grueling. I was so exhausted I overslept. The rest of my entourage didn't want to wake me up. They say they worried I would not be in the right state of mind if they didn't give me enough time to rest. I'll be careful not to oversleep again. I have seen the world and beheld many wonders in my travels, but I've never beheld such beauties as the ones I saw at Taberna. Truly, Assyrian men are cut above all the rest. One particularly fascinating specimen has taken my eye. A peasant man by the name of Soma. A pretty little firebrand. He is far too pleased in mind to spend his days slaving away at Taberna. Ooh, yes he is. He may be a Christian, but I am in no mood to commit adultery right now. The skills may be good, but Alas, I can't give my love so freely. Heinef's in charge of the food supplies. Sheepishly revealed that this is all but useless, having been poorly stored. Patches of mold covered in bread and fresh produce. Quickly used up all our remaining dried food. Which party grows hungry as dusk begins to fall. Nature will provide for us. Now I'm home again. Oh yeah, I forgot to pay him. Thank you. Level 5 fort. Small hill fort, defensive measures. You got it. Starts endorsing. Now we can make some real money. As long as she stays with me on our side. We can raid one more, then we'll go home. We didn't capture anybody, unfortunately. Thought there would be somebody in there, and oh my goodness, a leopard and possessed. Capture the husband. I'm sure you'll pay for him. Not much, but we'll take it. Alright, head back home. As I lie in bed, cut straight my wounds, I have time to reflect on the meaning of life, how tense my grasp of it all is. Feeling fine. My fate rests part on my constitution, partly on the character I see, but mostly on luck. As time passes, the conclusion approaches, but in the end, I'm ready to accept my destiny. Let's hope for the best. 7% chance that I may die. 5% chance that I'll lose the wound that trigger and become scarred and lose infected. 87% chance that I'll no longer become a wound of infection. No longer wounded. Still aggravated though, but it'll go away with time. Don't need a seneschal, because we all have full control here. Speaking of which, Liberty War. That concerns the Caliphate. Goddamn it. Arabian Empire. Not the Caliphate. Caliphate's the lower title now. As I take notice of the performance of Martha in the council or among the formal Vassal I sense she is ever more influential in the decisions being made and the advice being given to me. It is no wonder that this political master improves her contribution of long-standing influence at large. Cunning politician now. Ruler in the making is my half-sister. Could potentially negotiate an alliance with my uncle. That will not do. Pregnancy. Well, hope for the best. hope that I have a son. I have an unpressed claim admit. Ooh, up there. Just a little while. This place is a home of a formidable fortress of Admida. Which means you'll be fighting a very hard war against it, especially that it has all the land to itself, much like I, too. I would like to know how much they have. Then we'll think about what happened to you. Or is he always... no, I've seen him wounded before. He's got gangrene. Oh no. Time has come to true judge. Since Dev's already spread through the flesh, I fear I must recommend drastic measures. Guess this is gonna be it. Disastrous mistreatment. You're not cut for this, Talia. As I near the husband's chambers, I hear a horrifying scream, barely human and full of pain. I burst the room only to find I was collapsed in a heap on the floor, covered in blood. Touched physician standing in the corner of the room, anxiously wringing his hands. He's severely injured. One eye. We know all the risks. You are forgiven. Sorry, husband. You won't live long to see the child. That is there. A renowned trader has approached us after hearing rumors of my standing values and our service. I'll ask her to return a small compensation. He needs to work on his endurance. Looks like it's training well, and the results could be seen instantly. Now it's an enduring warhorse. Warhorse of great endurance that follows her every command, plus 1 prowess and more stress loss. Let's pray. I might have not loved you, yet I feel your passion more keenly than I ever thought possible. You were always there, my constant companion. Did I take you for granted? So many things left unsaid. Hope you find peace. Find another husband with high intrigue that could be trustworthy. Guess you, because you got good all-around skills. Take another prestige hit. Take a rest. Reinforce a little, then we'll go raid more towards Georgia. This is archery. I can't, I can't compete in that. I can attend and spectate. But what I would do over there in my free time. Similar strength. But has no money, so can't hire mercenaries. If you want to fight for this one little area, well, it's not just any little area, it's the one with the strongest fortress in all the Middle East, all of Mesopotamia. Upper Mesopotamia. Come back. Now, where is this tournament? Actually, that's not too far. Huh. Again, I can't compete, but I can spectate. Watch my possible warriors will win. And a few other things. Maybe we should bring the Silk Road merchants and maybe we'll make some fortune. Might do just that. It is part of the museum. Again, I would love to have control of this area. This fortress here. So fortified, this is why you gotta bring allies with you. It does have an ally. That's a small entity that matters little, but is a similar strength again. But we can make an alliance of another entity to help us out on that little thing. Yeah, I'll attend. %6 chance you might enter a small amount of gold from a trade deal. Lessons to danger. Made my visits when I was young. Baalbek there, or is it Juzia? That's where father died. Take a detour. Yeah, we'll be there. Although I'm not going to compete, but to, I don't know, maybe some recreation, maybe recruit. I have the money to buy myself out of whatever situation that's going to be. Cozy woman who's a Silk Road merchant. Great. Now go sway your steward. I think I know a cure. Cured. Journey through Yacht unfortunately has brought us to the wastelands of Manvij. We are not prepared. It takes long straight to a single source water, and many of my companions begun to look as awful as dried turnips. I need to do something fast. The inspired speech might quench their thirst now, and I fail to inspire it. Of course, you don't. Pathetic. None of us in charge of food supplies. It's grown water again. Nature will provide for us. Don't you worry. There's no alliance in that. No, you're gonna have to earn it. Small reward gains. So 24 gold. I mean, that's a fine amount, actually. Made some money back when we set off. is 18. Right. Recreation or recruit? I'll try to recruit somebody. Look for power knights, make them join my court and such. This doesn't matter. I ain't competing. Because Syria culture does not allow women to be combatants. Illustrious artifacts, fine prices. Well, let's go to the artisan quarters for once. Merchants install themselves over there. Maintain your artifacts, get new clothes, or improve your weaponry. Surveying a petty nobility gathered in Jaffa. I spot just the sort of man I need. Thoros Gagosian is just a local horseman of some experience. Known in these parts of his valor despite his low station. Yes, for a forgotten provincial line. I approach and makes my introduction. Mayor Smale beside him, clearly sharing my idea. Craven. Well, I won't barter over it. I'll go to the tent camp next. I have a son. I've talked to countless mothers and midwives, taken the advice to heart. Yet to my times I have realized that no amount of preparation could be enough. Pains were all consuming, and I feared for my life, but I made it through. Now I have a perfect little son. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit such a mighty lord? Think. 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 Babeus, that's the name I would go for. Because we've frequently seen that name around these parts. Be a woman. I greet the band of as they wander past me. One, straggling about, the rest makes me pause, spitting on my heel. I claw after the figure. They are clad in shapeless, ill-fitting armor, their eyes wide and clearly terrified beneath helmet. Something isn't right here. Stepping forward, I rip off the helmet before they have a chance to react. Standing before me furtively to see if anyone else noticed is none other than a woman. Dressed as this one, nonetheless. Planning to compete as this one, or even Syria Orthodox. Worthy commander. Scared to prove themselves of worthy leading armies, regardless of society's attitude about gender. Is that so? I could do with the services of someone just like you. I'll pay you. Can't visit any other locale after all this. No. We're good. And now to spectate. Favorite contestant is going to be this man. The varied crowd of contestants mill about the butts, comparing bows and trading tales and final shots. The creak of bows and twanging strings carry far, puncturing in a hubbub. The smell of race and wafted through the still air. May the best win. Yeah, I'll see too if I can place a bet. For once, it can't be me now. Simeon is the archery favorite. 4-1 for him. Then again, Father once told me about the underdog thing. In fact, I was there, you know. I traveled with him. I was spectating. I saw him, you know, when he made that woman who was thinking about quitting and then it inspired her to win the damn thing. So I'll just say Harran's an unlikely underdog. The Syriac man. He's rather superstitious and travel hasn't been kind to him. It's just a wager. In the meantime, it should go raid again. Head to Tbilisi unless it's been raided already. Tbilisi is not in Epithet territory. Let's see who won here. Ismail is clearly winning. Songs never remain steady. A win is all but guaranteed. A curse is a bowstring, great song of form. A snap of the string. Where a broken or simply loud echoes around the ring. The crowd's following the rhythm. Hush silence as the competitor steps up. Rogers cheer when the arrow is loose. Only a few more arrows are remaining for each competitor. The end is at hand. One last knock. The winner, the third place is the Gatsu Maya. Sinan, second place. Good thing I did bet on him. Wally Dowd is the winner. And the man that I bet, well, lost that wager. Go visit the village. Pulling on the threads. A group of women taking one of the houses as their primary weaving workshop. I could clearly grasp that they're having a lively conversation about the ongoing tourney. I lean on the window, with great care remaining on those. And that man, Shehenza, I can't believe they caught him yesterday in the act, one of them says, while expertly weaving some threads. I could have learned a thing or two from their technical knowledge. So, what did he win? A better ring, as far as quality is concerned. Gained tourney goer, which is just slightly less stress gain. So now, we'll begin our journey home, and then after that, we'll end this episode. And I want my sambusa. Papaya's Jose. Yes, my bodyguard. I named my son after you, you know. Can you cure him? He's cured. The high altitude and brisk air of the Debutantes, very freshy qualities you traverse the local hill fort. The soldiers in the valley below appear to be practicing some rare type of training technique I haven't seen before. I'm moving closer, failing to restrain my curiosity. While doing so, I'm approached by the local captain, Simpson. Would you like to join him, my lady? I'm always up for a challenge. Spent the money, I became a rough terrain expert. That's just to be ready for future wars. Let's visit the Citadel bombs. Now we'll say never back down. Accomplished command. 41 gold, that's a pretty good gain, actually. Visit the Citadel of Aleppo. A What's the marshal again? Other people's pastures. A fine day like this, the weather is nice. The pastures of Tal Lama look great, and the local livestock are positively jumping and cheering in their own guttural manner. Cows are walking past next to their mothers, their fur shining and clean. Overall, the place is very competently run, though I do notice a couple of oddities I would manage a bit quite differently. The local patriarch approaches me. Fine morning to you, my lady. Are these beauties not a sight to behold? I could apply some of this back home. And did. Likely Scald Hosai. I like having him around. This is a different Hosai. Now you're thinking of Barbeus Hosai. That's what you're thinking of. I think the one I can go inside again. Wasn't there a woman who we brought over that joined us? What was her name? No, she isn't here anymore. Okay. Increase the size of those men-at-arms. Just for future efforts of the preparation of the next conflict that could potentially come in either the next episode or in the near future, just to expand around VIET and maybe one day usurp the title. But if you want to win this war and the future wars, especially against Armenia, despite its massive hill forts, but there is no fortress like this one. Controlling this personally, then you dominate the whole region. So yeah, this is now a desirable target. So, in the next episode, we'll continue to see her, and hopefully she'll get over her melancholy and try to live a better life. Now that she has a son named Barbeus. And I didn't see that in additional text part, thank you. As the raiding army is going to be on the way, so there'll be some more raiding to be coming in the next episode. So see you in the next one. Till then, so long for now.